My friends, in my 203D CAD models in FreeCAD series, today I'll be working on exercise 171, which is really similar to one of the previous models that we did. Exercise 31, which has been a while back, was a similar object. If you look back to exercise 31, it was the same object, and then I did some experiment with making it a thin shell, but it was this object except the cylindrical shaft that goes horizontally here. So other than that, everything looks same, but because I did that in a while back, and then I'm using FreeCAD 0.22, I wanted to do this from bottom up. So I'll go ahead and use this sketch to build this model from ground up. Cases like this in the past where a object is related to one of the previous objects that I did, I would always go back and then modify that sketch. But this one, yeah, let's start fresh on this. So as I can see here, we have 3 cylindrical holes and 2 of them are tubes, one of them are like pure hole. So this will be one cylinder, and these 2 will be 2 tubes that I'll be adding later on. And with that, let's go ahead and draw this outer shell first, and I'll be doing that in part workbench. And I think this model is in XY. Let's go ahead and put it on XZ plane here, and let's verify that axis crosses where we want it, and then start sketching on XZ plane. Here I'll take a minute to draw the outline real quick. Okay, so we have the outline. Notice how I did not include these extrusions, this stem that's stemming out from these tubular holes. We will take care of that later. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and do some dimensions on it. So this dimension will come from here. So it says diameter 40, which makes its radius 20, and the total length would be 60 plus another 20, so that would be 80. Okay, and this height is given as 50, and we have some radius to draw. So this is 5, and that one would be equal to 5 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and make an equality constraint, keyboard shortcut E, and then this height is 10. Okay, so we have 2 degrees of freedom left, and I'm guessing one of them is this. I can go ahead and say the distance between these two would be 40. Okay, and then there will be a tangent applied between these 2 segments, and that's our first sketch. So this is this, and I want to extrude that for this length, which is 40. Let's say 50, and I want to go symmetric on this. Now I was thinking maybe I should build it ground up, like, draw a slot and then draw a half slot there. So that would be another way to do it. So it would be 2 sketch, and now I'm going with another 2 sketch anyway. Okay, so the second sketch will be on XY plane, where I want to draw a slot, this slot, and it would be 60 millimeter length and 40 millimeter in diameter. Okay, so let's draw a slot on XY plane. So that is our second slot, and I want to extrude that up all the way, say 60. So I don't want to make it symmetric, I want to bring it up. So the idea is, as long as they are like they have some common options, that's all we need. Can make these extensions like more, just to make it visible. Now I take these 2 and make an intersection from the Boolean operation, and that is our base object. So we get that. That was easy. in my opinion, drawing one slot to build this pad and another half slot to build this, so the way that I took, the approach that I took is much easier than drawing these two slots up there. So we got our base object. Now I want to draw this tube. So this here. So let's start with this easy one. So I will draw a tube here. So it is going to be a tube and with outside diameter 20 and inside diameter 16 and the height of total 15. So we got that tube and we don't see it because it's right here. There. I want to go in the placement tab in the position on in this direction, which is X. I want to say it should be moved by 60 millimeter. So there, that is my tube there. And on this main object, what I see is like there is a hole that goes through, and we can easily do that by using one of these three functions. And I'm thinking maybe cutout for object. So let's give it a say. So take the common, the main object that I want to cut out from, and then take the tube, the second object, and come here, say cutout for object. Now that object is gone, it's right here. I can select that, make it visible, and make these two a fusion. So that is our first way to build this tube. Let's try a different approach. So let's bring back to our what we built here. I want to select this first and then select the second one, and see I can do an embed here. So we can do that one too. So that's more suitable here. So when we do embedding, it cuts out that shape, but it keeps the second part to its whole and makes a fusion. So I think I'll use the embed feature. We got that. Now we have another hole to make here. It's a straight hole that goes through, and another tube that embeds in here. At this moment, I wanted to show these two options, cutout and embed, because I want to make a decision here where I want to see, do I make this vertical hole first or take care of this tube first? I'm going to say I want to take care of the tube first, because when I do the embedding in here, it will still keep that shaft in through. So if we do this vertical hole, okay, actually it's hard to describe, so let's do it. So I'll do the wrong way first. I'll draw a cylinder of diameter 20 here, and then height of say 60. So it comes up, I can see that, and I make a cut. Okay, so I got that hole, right? So this is the wrong way what I was talking about. Do I make this hole first or take this care of this tube first? Now we are making this hole first. We did that. Now let's talk about the tube there. So that tube has 22 millimeter outside diameter, and inside diameter is given as here 7.5 radius. So actually 7.5 inside radius, and the lengthwise it is important to match the length. So here it comes out 35 past, and I think it comes out 3 in here. Okay, we will refine that length a bit later, but for now let's go with, so 35 plus 20, so let's go with 60. Okay, so we have that tube. I want to lay it flat this way, right, and then bring it up a little bit and place it like this. Okay, now we have an idea where to put which value. Go to placement in position on X, which is the horizontal one. We can say this will come 25, so it's right where it should be, right? And on the Y, nothing changes, so it stays there. Cool. On Z, we can say the center would be at 30 millimeter from the bottom, so we make it 30. Okay, I can actually bring this model on XZ plane and see if it matches. It does. So actually the length is 60. Right. So now we want to make a hole through here. So we can take the cut, this main object, and take the tube at the second choice and come here, say embed object. When we do the embedding, it makes that through hole just like it did here, but now it's blocking this through hole, that vertical hole right here. So this is what I was trying to say previously. So we should be careful on this part, which hole to make first. The same thing if we had the same pieces of parts, and so we have this embed and we have this cylinder, the vertical cylinder, and the tube. So we did the cylinder cut first. Now if we keep it for a second and take this embed and the tube, this horizontal tube, and make that embed right now, so we have that. So let's hide this. We have that through hole. Now we can bring back the cylinder and make that cut. So that actually gives us our object. So the components were the same. It's the tree, it's that sequence of work that makes this difference. So sometimes it is the sequence of work that we do. It's the same component. I hope I made that point clear through this object. If you have any more question, comment, or suggestion on how that varies from time to time, please let me know. I'll try to elaborate that on a different project. Let's get back to our object. We did everything except a couple of fillets. So we have one fillet here, radius 2, another one here. I don't see any fillet in this one. Makes it easy. So I want to go select this edge and this edge. I don't know if it was selected or not. Okay, I am using FreeCAD 0.22 version, as you can see from here. It's not a production version yet, so maybe a few things will be different when the production version comes out. But I can see that only one edge was selected, so I can go ahead and now select another edge. For some reason it was not selecting two edges, although I was pressing Control key. Then again, it's the trial version. So I got two edges selected, and now I can say I want a 2 millimeter fillet up here. And that's it, and that's the object that we have. I hope you like this method of building this object. It is definitely different from 031, the previous one that I did. A different trick, but the same object, same outlook. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video then.